Hey everybody, if you like my videos of car crashes, people freaking out, and Reddit content, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and turn on notifications. Thanks.
r/ProRevenge. An entitled man tries to skip a 1.5 hours long queue and threatens me. I make sure he gets arrested. Sorry for the post being so long. Also, English is not my first language, so sorry if I mix something up. This happened to me a month ago. A little backstory: this year I graduated high school and got accepted to a good unit in the capital. My girlfriend, my friend from middle school and we all study in the capital, moved into a small apartment that was property of friends' parents. One day me and girlfriend decided to go to a shopping mall to get some kitchen stuff, a spatula, a grater, etc., and buy ourselves city cards, basically a card that lets you use all of the city transit, buses, trams and subway. We chose a specific mall which had both a city transit office and a small IKEA. When we arrived, the queue to said office was massive, at least an hour of waiting, and so we decided that I'll wait in the line while girlfriend goes shopping. After half an hour, girlfriend comes back and we still have to wait at least another 30 minutes. 15 minutes later and we are fourth in line. Then entitled man, an average 40-something balding male, comes onto the scene. He notices the queue. I already knew he wasn't having it by the look on his face, and simply stands in front of assertive woman who is the first in the line. We had at least 1 meter long gaps between each other due to COVID, and he just stands there like it's nothing. The assertive woman calmly asks him to go to the end of line, to which he replied, "I just have one thing I need to pick up, it won't take longer than 5 minutes." A small argument between the two continued for a while and it ended up with the lady gaining back her first spot in the line and entitled man occupying the second spot. Now, standing behind entitled man was Shy Man. He tried to get in front of entitled man but just couldn't do so. After entitled man started being aggressive, Shy Man backed out. Seeing that Shy Man was not able to stand his ground, I decided to give him a helping hand. I came close to entitled man and started a conversation that went somewhere along these lines: "Excuse me sir, there is a line here, please respect others and move to the end of the line. No, it'll be 3 to 5 minutes and I'm gone. What do you not understand? Sir, do you not realize everyone in this line is waiting for a 5-minute service? I was standing here for 40 minutes and I doubt it will take longer than 5 minutes for me as well. I don't care, I've got shit to do." Then, he faces away from me, so I come right in front of his face. "So, you just come here not giving a fuck, waiting for an opportunity to skip the fucking line?" "Yes. Fuck off." He faces away from me once again. At this point I knew conversation was going nowhere, so I just stood in front of him, being the first in the line now. "So now you are skipping to, you little shit?" I didn't reply and just waited for assertive woman to finish her business. When she finishes me, and entitled man literally raced to the counter, I went and said to the lady behind the counter, "Excuse me, this man is skipping the line and is generally disrespectful to others. Could you please not service him?" The worker nods and asks who is next in the line, to which I point at Shy Man. Then I came back to my spot in line where girlfriend was standing. Entitled man tried his luck skipping the line once more. Thankfully, the worker knew what was the right thing to do and ignored entitled man like he wasn't even there. Entitled man realized his defeat, looked at me and said, "See you outside, you little shit," and gave me a middle finger. I won. It felt so good sending that guy home with nothing, but after a little while I realized he might be serious with the "see you outside." I actually felt scared for a second, as a 177 centimeters, 75 kilograms guy, 5'10", 165 pounds for fellow Americans. I'm not much of a fighter to say the least. Looking for a way to protect myself and my girlfriend, I went and bought a little pepper spray, legal to carry it without any permission where I live, as well as notified a guard that a man had told me he will be waiting for me outside, possibly to hurt me. I made my way to the exit with the guard following me, unlocked the pepper spray in my pocket. If entitled man really wanted to settle this, I was ready. I exited the building. The guard stayed inside but was watching me through the glass doors. Lo and behold, entitled man is standing around the corner, with his cap on, approaching me. I was so frightened that I couldn't think straight. With my right hand already grasping the pepper spray, I took it out and sprayed him. Entitled man started screaming in pain and tried to retreat. I yelled at girlfriend to stay away and then proceeded to spray some more for good measure, but this time I was spraying his hoodie, so it didn't do much. Next thing I notice, the guard is tackling entitled man to the ground and calling for support over his walkie-talkie. He also ordered me stay where I was. After what felt like an eternity, 3 other guards come out of the mall. 2 of them help strangle entitled man, who was refusing to forfeit, and one of them asks me to come with him. We were taken to the guard's office, police were called. By that point entitled man had surrendered, he was sitting restrained in cuffs. The police arrived extremely quickly, less than 5 minutes, and questioned the guards, examining both my and entitled man's ID cards. They went on to review surveillance footage, came back and told me they would no longer need my assistance. One officer also warned me that if I'm threatened again, I should call the police in the first place and that I'm not exactly allowed to pepper spray people who haven't even touched me. I agreed, thanked them, and left the room. I then called my girlfriend because she was nowhere to be seen. It turns out she went to the toilet. As I was waiting for her, entitled man comes out of the guard's room, handcuffed, with 2 police officers grasping each of his arms and leading him outside. Oh man, did that sight put a smile on my face. I then went on with my day. Now for some comments. Comment 1. While I don't really condone a man who decides to just start threatening people over being forced to wait in line, honestly in this case, it might have been for the best. Completely disregarding the rest of the time spent waiting in that line, that man sat there and waited however long it took for them to come out of the mall. The man was trying to intimidate and bully OP. Then when he didn't get his way in that line wanted to posture, continue to intimidate and almost definitely would have hit OP whatever happened either because OP didn't give him the reaction he wanted or because OP did and he wanted to hammer the point home. Good for OP for not playing his game. Comment 2. You did everything correctly, with the minor exception of not contacting the police, but in fairness, you did notify the mall security about the issue, and as far as I'm concerned, you did everything right. You should have the right to defend yourself, and you had a very active, not just perceived, threat and you armed yourself with pepper spray as an aid to defend yourself and your girlfriend. Comment 3. Yep. Did everything right. But the cops telling them not to pepper spray someone who hasn't touched you? I feel the first preemptive spray was warranted considering that once they're close enough to touch you, 1, the pepper spray could spray back on you if you use it too close, and 2, then it would be too late, and they're assailing you. The second dousing might have been a bit overkill though considering the guards were right there to tackle entitled man. Comment 4. That's some bullshit. Assault is the threat of violence, not the violence, that's battery. That guy assaulted you. I don't know the laws where you are, but pepper spray in the face of clear assault isn't unwarranted. Comment 5. Imagine being such a piece of shit that you think it's fine to cut in front of several people because you're more important than they are, then when you don't get your way, you threaten the person that stood up to you and end up pepper sprayed and hauled off to jail. All because you couldn't stand to wait in a fucking line just like everyone else. All of that bullshit and you still didn't get what you came for. Hope the charges and the jail time were worth it. Bleep hole.